What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. Please kindly subscribe, comment, like and share. And if it's your first time also coming across this YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe. And thank you guys for the 200 subscribers. So actually guys, today I'm so excited because I'm here with a beautiful friend of mine. He's from Canada. I would love her to tell us a little bit about her experience in Canada, how has life been in Canada and all that, guys. So guys, make sure you watch the video till the end. So Neema, tell people something.
Hi guys, my name is Nema. I'm actually local to Nairobi, Kenya. I'm born and raised here. I went to Canada for school and have been there for the past around 6 years. And I'm currently working there right now after I finish school. And yeah, I definitely have had different experiences between home and here, and yeah, I would love to share with you and chit chat a little bit with June about what that experience has looked like.
Yeah, so Neema, I would love to ask you, how did you go to Canada? Like, how did you manage to go to Canada?
So my experience initially going to Canada was it was not my first course of action. When I finished school, I wanted to go to university abroad, but I knew that would require me to have financial aid or a scholarship. And so what happened is I started to look around and research where I would be able to get scholarship opportunities, and I found that that was likely in North America. And so what happened is I applied to schools and financial aid and scholarship opportunities in the US and in Canada. And I applied to several places, almost 30 schools. And when I got my scholarship acceptances, the best one that I got was to a school in Canada. And that is how I ended up moving to Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada.
Oh, that's nice, Neema. So actually, I would love to ask you that what if someone like me, I want to go to Canada? How can I like be able to go to Canada?
Well, that question is, I feel like very multifaceted, and I'm definitely not a pro. I can speak to my experience as a student. I have heard of different other ways and multiple streams that folks can go to Canada with. I will say that there are like multiple entry points that people can go to Canada. So speaking from my first experience as a student, like I said, I got a scholarship, and that allowed me to go to a school there, paid by my sponsor. And so that was I feel like is the easiest and most direct way when you go as an international student. And so what happens is, if you go as an international student and you go to what they call a designated learning institution, once you complete your studies, you become eligible for a post-grad work permit for 3 years. And in those 3 years, once you've worked 1 year, you become eligible to apply for permanent residence to stay in Canada. Other ways that I've seen people go, of course, is if you have someone in your family, whether you're next of kin or a spouse, then they can sponsor you to go. As well, Canada has what they call express entry, which is like a score-based system, and people can apply to see like how many points they have, and then if you have a certain number of points, then you get invited to apply to the country. There's also other processes like the provincial nominee program. There is the Atlantic immigration program. There are several ones that require you, whether it's by work or by school or by employer, but you're definitely able to find information on that online. As a note, there's somebody on YouTube called, I believe they're called ZT Canada, and they do break down for you different ways that people can go to Canada, and they also show you the different application processes because they are complicated. I feel like that channel would be very beneficial to your viewers.
Oh wow, that's nice. Oh, and how I really appreciate for that advice and for telling us how to go to Canada. But I have the last question I would love to ask. How has your experience been in Canada? Like, umefilaje when you're in Canada?
Vile nilikuwa nimeenda initially, actually, like when I first went, I was very excited. I feel like for the opportunity to study and the opportunity to study abroad, and I think like I had really painted it like this land of milk and honey. And I remember driving from the airport to the or rather, like, I was in the bus from the airport to the school, and I was just looking at the grass, and ilikuwa tu inakaa nyasi ya nyumbani, and I was like, kwani nyasi yao tu ina miaka yetu? I don't know what I had expected, but what I will say, there are definitely pros and cons of having lived and gone to school in Canada. I think amongst the pros that I can think of course, I had a good quality of education. My university was highly ranked. When you think about infrastructure, things like the transport networks, like, you know, the buses and the trains, those run really well. As well, in Canada, they do have minimum wage legislations, which means there's a bottom, wait, let's wait for the plan to pass. Okay, Ndege imepita. What means is that there's a bottom threshold with which you can't be paid lower than that, and I feel like that really helps. Even if you're working part-time when you're in university, it helps you like get some money and save some money to like, you know, help advance you, or like to send at home. And I'm not sure, I don't know if we have minimum wage legislations here, or if they are as strictly enforced, but I think that's definitely a pro of my experience having been in Canada. In terms of like the cons, I will say, for one, Canada is known as being a notoriously cold country. Vancouver is like one of the quote-unquote warmer parts of Canada, but it rains a lot. I have since moved from Vancouver to Toronto. Toronto is on the other side of Canada, which is even colder, but I like it because even if it's cold, like, you can have clear skies and you can see the sun. You can't feel it, but you can see it. Whereas in Vancouver, well, it might have been physically warmer, it was always so gray. So like the weather is one of them. As well, I would say, like, it might be a con for some, but dependent on experiences, is your experience as a racialized person, like as a black person. There are some places in Canada that have very low percentages of black people, and that definitely it plays into your day-to-day experiences. Like I mentioned, I moved from Vancouver to Toronto, and one of the reasons I moved from Vancouver to Toronto was because Toronto has a bigger black population, and when I had visited my friends there, I felt a lot more comfortable in Toronto than I did in Vancouver. So that's something to bear in mind. That's of course based on my personal experience. People's experiences vary, but I think it's something to bear in mind, that you're going to go from being like a majority, like here in Kenya, like majority of us are Blacks, exactly, and we don't identify majorly with our race, whereas when you go there, there's fewer black people and your race starts to be an identifying factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like...
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot one thing. The cost of living, that's also a con. And especially in major cities like I've lived in, it's very expensive. Yes. So you definitely need to factor that in. You probably, like, I was lucky that I had a scholarship and I was sponsored, but many people will have to maybe work a lot more to help offset the costs, or live with many people so that they can keep their housing costs low. So yeah, that's another con and something definitely to bear in mind. Going back to the whole YouTube resource, click, like, watch different YouTubers. Someone will be like, oh, this is the cost of living in Edmonton, or this is my cost of living in like Saskatchewan, like all these different places, and then you can see like the cost of living for different like provinces, different cities, and what makes sense for you.
So can you compare the life of Kenya and Canada? Which one is more expensive?
Oh, definitely Canada. Like Canada is so much more expensive. If I was to give something like so simple, like housing. Housing, if I was to say, like, maybe in a upper middle class neighborhood in Nairobi, a 2-bedroom apartment, I feel like maybe would be, I'm put roughly at like 70,000, 50 to 80,000, somewhere there. And I guess that goes up to 3 bedrooms. Whereas in Canada, if I was to say like in downtown Vancouver or downtown Toronto, a 1-bedroom like apartment, a 1-bedroom condo would run you anywhere from $1,500 to $2,100. So that's anywhere between like 130 to 190 K in Kenyan money, and that's just for the 1-bedroom house, right? And so like if you look at those comparisons, it's definitely more expensive. But then again, like I said, with the minimum wage legislations, that like it means you're also like earning more. Yes, you're earning more, but you're spending more.
Yeah.